Hello, everybody. Morgan Freeman ASMR here. I'm back again with another story time. It seemed to go over pretty well last time, so I decided maybe just one more. Today's topic: the time I got drunk in Mexico. Now, a little background about myself. I've only really ever drank twice, heavily, in my life. The most recent being in Mexico. The time before that, when I was 13 years old. I'll start off with a short story of the 13 years old, just to get that out of the way. So, I believe it was sometime near the 4th of July. Me and my friends, the same one from the bomb squad story, were hanging out at a third person's house. And his father was there along with his friends. They decided to play a game of poker, betting a few bills here and there. And they invited us to join them. So without hesitation, I hopped on in, played a few rounds. Believe it or not, I was pretty decent at poker. Sometimes it's more luck, but it's also pretty hard to read a 13-year-old. You never know what's going through their mind. So I did end up winning a couple of games. And eventually they all agreed that they need to be given some kind of handicap. So they gave me a shot. I couldn't tell you what it was. Maybe some kind of rum. So I took the shot, as nasty as it was. And then another, and another. And probably 4 or 5 shots in, made my 13-year-old body. That was more than enough. So my friends and I decided to leave. We made our way back to our respective houses. And I believe at some point during that night, I tried to fight my own father. Did not go well. He's not a bad person by any sense or any mean of that. I was just drunk. A drunk little prepubescent 13-year-old. So fast forward to, well, I guess it's probably only like 4 or 5 months ago now. One of my absolute best friends was having a wedding. This wedding took place in Mexico at a beautiful all-inclusive resort. And of course, I was invited. And I obliged and went. Who would want to take a trip to Mexico and be fed everything that I could ever want? So, fast forward to the day of the actual wedding. My wedding gift to him, well, all that he ever requested was for me to get drunk and to drink with him. Because I am very much known for not drinking whatsoever. After I was 13 years old, I had not drank up until this day. So I obliged, and I said, that'll be your wedding gift. I will drink, and I quote, anything that I'm handed for that night. Thinking now I extremely regret those words. But moving on. So shortly before the wedding was going to commence, decided to warm ourselves up with a little bit of rum and coke. So I had a few of those. Felt pretty good. And we went on with the wedding. After the ceremony was complete, we had our dinner. And this is where the drinks started to really come in. Being an all-inclusive resort, we were giving many free drinks. So I was handed mixed drink after mixed drink, shot after shot, and down the hatch they went, each and every single one of them. The night went on for quite some time, and I believe a few hours after that, we were sitting in the main lobby, in which they have, of course, another bar there. I was with another person, a part of the wedding, and we were getting a few more shots. I was handed a mixed drink, so was he. We both drank our own. And then the bartender said while he was making some more drinks, he would hand us each a shot of Don Julio. I believe it was 1942. Now, the person I was hanging out with at the time decided they didn't want their shot. So I said, well, since today is going to be the only night that I drink, I'll take yours and then I'll take mine. So I downed my shot and then downed theirs. And that was the turning point. Almost immediately after I took both of those shots, my stomach, my mind, my body, my soul were not happy. So I told the said person, I'm going to the bathroom. If you need me, I'll probably be there for a while. So I got up and stumbled my way there. By this point, I was extremely drunk. I could remember everything. However, I could barely walk in a straight line. So I hobbled over the bathroom, opened up one of the stall doors, dropped to my knees, and prayed. I could feel something building up in my stomach, almost like a flood attempting to breach the gates of Hades. And then it hit me. Almost as if I was at a punk rock concert, my head lurched forward, and I projectile vomited all within the toilet. I'm pretty proud of myself. I was able to keep everything confined to the toilet bowl. But I was there for a very, very long time. I believe about 3 hours total. Sitting over some toilet in a resort. A clean toilet, I may add. Vomiting every essence of my being out. However, I felt I was being responsible. I had my phone with me and checked every few minutes to make sure nobody was calling or texting, checking up on me or wondering where I was. After all, I was there for a few hours. So after that, I believe I passed out at some point. And now let's change perspectives to my friends and what they were doing, because this is where things get interesting. See, they had all decided to go out to the beach, which is attached to the resort, and go out swimming. However, none of them had their phones on them. Of course, they were swimming, so they left it in their rooms. But also, nobody seemed to notice that I had disappeared. The person that I told had completely forgotten because they too were wasted. So, everyone was out at the beach, swimming around drunkenly by the shore, not too dangerous. And then somebody said, wait a minute. Where did Morgan Freeman go? Nobody knew. They all looked around. A few theories started floating around. A couple of them actually thought that I had drowned, because they thought I'd left to the beach with them. My girlfriend at the time seemed to have a better idea. So she went to the bartender that had fed me those 2 shots and asked him if he could go to the men's restroom and check to see if I was in there. Now I'm not sure what their policy is, but what this bartender proceeded to do is grab his manager, and the manager proceeded to grab the security. And now, changing to my perspective, still sitting over the toilet, checking my phone periodically. Back here, the door to the bathroom burst open, and about 4 or 5 men stomp in. One of them say, "Is anybody in here?" And me in my drunken Spanish reply to them and say, "Yes, I'm here. I'm not feeling too well, but do you need something?" They told me that my girlfriend had been looking for me and that I should return to my room at once. So they helped me up, and I hobbled the what seemed like non-stop walking of miles and miles to my room. And it doesn't end there. I make it to my room, where my girlfriend is. I don't think anyone even knew that I had been discovered. And I immediately go straight to our toilet. And I must have passed out at some point, because I woke up with my head still in the toilet. It was probably around 3 or 4 a.m. at that moment. And I regret to inform that the vomiting is starting again. So, once again, I released my soul into the toilet, keeping everything within the bowl. And I actually started to feel a little better after that. So I went to the bed, laid down, woke up a few hours later. I've never had a hangover before, but it was a terrible morning. Ironically, my friend showed up, calling me some kind of hero, as if I had accomplished something great. I guess drinking for the first time in a very long time is kind of an accomplishment. But I did remember everything that happened. I did a lot of grinding, a lot of dancing, maybe even a lap dance. But by the end of the night, my total drink count came out to 14 mixed drinks and 10 shots. Now, shots 9 and 10, the last 2 that I took, were the ones that sent me over. So I was pretty proud of myself. I was able to manage up until then, and now I know my limits. However, I would never, and I repeat, never be drinking again. Maybe. Probably. Well, thank you everyone for listening to my drunken escapade. I hope it was entertaining enough for you. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please, let me know what else you want to hear. More short stories, more poems. I could read a novel to you. Let me know down in the comment section below. Once again, thank you for listening. Morgan Freeman out.